Welcome to Living in McKenzie County podcast. Excited about today's episode. We're going to be talking all things McKenzie County Heritage Park. So we've got two employees from the Heritage Park over here, Heather and Bekah. And so can you just tell me about a little bit about yourself, Heather? What's your connection to McKenzie County? How long have you lived here? All that good stuff.
Well, my parents moved up here about 14 years ago, and I followed them. And my mom used to be the director at the Heritage Park, and she retired. So I just took over and tried to follow in her footsteps, but not necessarily doing all the programs that she does. But
oh, excellent. Yeah. So your mom moved up here. Did you move up here immediately, or?
Nope, about 2 years later.
Okay.
Me and the older kids moved up here. Perfect. So I followed them, and then I've been here for 12 years now.
12 years, over a decade. Yeah. You're a local for sure.
Yep.
Bekah, tell me a little bit about you. Where you come from?
My roots are in McKenzie County, but I have been back for 22 years. So a local plus. No, just kidding. What else?
What else do you do besides working at the Heritage Park? How else do you occupy your time throughout the day?
I homeschool my remaining daughter. I have 4 daughters, and homeschool her and garden and all that good stuff. Can sprinkle chili pepper in my rhubarb jelly on accident this morning when I was canning.
I would taste that. That sounds good.
Yeah, it could be a good invention. But no,
Very good. Heather, what else do you do besides working at the Heritage Park?
I'm also a bus driver for Alexander Public School.
Excellent.
And I have 3 kids, so I chase after them all over North Dakota. So
sounds good. Okay, so how did you first get involved with Heritage Park? You already said that was with your mother. Your mother kind of.
Well, I started. She needed someone to work in the summers, and I needed something to make up for the bus. So I started off in the summers. And then once they built the new building, then I was there all the time. So I do both jobs. So it's been about 8 years that I've been there now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Bekah, what's your first experiences with Heritage Park, and how'd you come to be where you're at now?
I just came here with my kids. I volunteered for Heritage Day for years. And when I've stayed home with my kids, but when I finally was going to have a job, I was like, I am only working at the Heritage Park or the Visitor Center. I was like, that's all I'm doing.
Excellent.
And they needed someone at the Heritage Park. So
wonderful.
I think October would be 2 years. So
okay.
But I have been, going there for lots of years prior. So.
Very good. What can you guys tell me about the history of the McKenzie County Heritage Park? And what does it include in everything? Either of you.
Well, it started in 1992 because we just brushed up on that.
Excellent.
So the back part kind of started then. All the buildings have been a little bit along the way. I think the last building was how many years ago? The Stone House.
The Stone House, and that was right before I got there, so about 10 years that one came in.
And then the big main building this is the 3rd summer that it's been opened.
But the first summer that it's complete. So there was always little projects we were waiting on. But this is the first summer that everything's done.
And there's rumblings of a potential new building coming up in the back.
Yep.
Anything you can share about that?
They are going to build a new building in the back that will house a lot of cars and machines and stuff. And that hopefully it'll be up and running by next summer. So
impressive.
Yes.
Very good. Can you tell me a little bit about the buildings that we have at the Heritage Park? We don't have to go through all of them, but can you name some of the highlights of the buildings and what they are there?
Well, we have 2 schools. One of them is a 2-room schoolhouse, and one of them is a 1-room. Then we have the Schaefer Law Office, so that actually came from Schaefer itself. And then we have some churches and some little houses, demonstrations of what different style of houses were back then. And so it's just a variety. We have the train depot, the last depot that was even in McKenzie County. So that one was nice too.
Yeah, that sod house is interesting, I think. And But I feel like sometime, I think we should get some type of a man camp building in there as well, because I don't feel like it's that much different than like the sod house experience as well. People are coming here, kind of their last opportunity, or they're looking for that next opportunity. And it's like, hey, what can I live in? Well, this is what was available. And a lot of people had their start in, it's a 10 by 10 space, whether that was a part of a big man camp or a trailer or a sod house.
Yeah, exactly. That would be a
Coming
good
with
idea.
the dreams.
We're starting to run out of room though. Filling it up pretty quick.
One other thing I think would be cool is like having a video store set in like the 1980s, something like that.
Blockbuster.
Right.
That makes me feel old.
Well, and then because it was on by First International Bank, we had Wolves Den and tanning, and you could rent videos, VHSs. You could rent a Nintendo. We did once or twice, and that was a very, very big deal for our family. But then the wire was broken, and so then we couldn't even use it after we rented it. We got a refund.
Yeah, I still have a VCR.
Nice. Well, we are talking about ancient history, and that's what we lived in.
I did turn 50 this year. So.
Do any of you guys have a favorite building at the park?
I like the farmhouse. When I we built a tiny house, and lived in it for a while, and I would go to that farmhouse and be like, if only I could make it work in this size of house. But I think I love the era. It's like my grandparents' era, so it's just like so homey and cheery. It's like 50s style kind of. I like that one. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Heather?
I like the blacksmith shop. It's my favorite. It's just fun to watch. Like on Heritage Day, they reenact, and just to see what they can make and create, and for them to even think of how to do something like that, I just think it's so cool.
Awesome. Okay, activities at the park throughout the year. We're going to be talking about Heritage Day, so you don't have to talk about that one. Anything else that happens throughout the year as activities?
Field trips for sure.
Pretty popular in the springtime. And you get kids from all over the place, or?
Yeah, even kids from Tioga and Stanley, and all over. We also she does classes in the winter, and those are all fun. And then we book out the media room, and it has variety of tons of different things, from preschool graduations to 80th birthday parties to baby showers. It's just all over the board with it.
So anybody can call in and see about renting the space. Yeah. Okay. That's good to know, because it is a beautiful space. You got the mural up on top, and then when people are out in breaks or things like that, they can go take a look at the museum. I think they get a cool meeting space out of it, and then we get more people to look at our museum and everything.
Exactly.
They make good use of it when they are using it. They are walking around looking and
good.
All of that. So.
Good. Okay, we've mentioned it a couple of times, but tell me more about Heritage Day. We've got that coming up pretty soon. Can you tell me anything and everything to know about Heritage Day?
Well, it's always the third Saturday in September, and the whole park comes alive. We have a teacher that teaches in the one-room schoolhouse. Blacksmith shop goes, the sawmill, threshing. It's just the whole park comes alive. It's what we work for all year. And it's just pretty much to reenact what the history was like and what people did back then. But it's also fun for the kids and for people to be like, oh, that's how they do, like the threshing or even the sawmill. I know one time at a field trip, one of the kids says, what's that for? And so I told him, and I'm like, when you get it at the store, it has to come from somewhere prior. And then they were like, oh, okay. They had no idea. So it's just fun to teach all the kids and show them what life was like back then.
Wood just doesn't come from the lumber yard.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts out as an actual log.
Yep, it is. Starts out as a tree. So.
Yeah.
So that's fun for just to watch kids be like, oh, that's how they do that. So.
Yep. Bekah, you before you were working there, you would bring your kids there. What from their perspective, what would a kid see coming to the Heritage Day?
Well, it wasn't always open year round like it is now. So you waited for the summer was like, yes, the Heritage Park is open, but they like to dress up. So I even dressed up one year I will probably not do it again.
Oh,
but-
come on.
You looked really good last year. Your family, I'm
My
excited
wife
to
already
see.
has her dress made, and she's making my son's hat this
Well,
weekend.
I can't wait to see.
You guys will be the winners again. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, who knows?
They liked all of it. They loved the school. They liked the coin toss. That was their favorite.
Tell
it was
me more about what's the coin toss.
Well, after they thresh all the straw, then it becomes in a big pile. Leroy throws all these quarters in it, and it was like my kids' chance to like make it big. Is what they felt like. They're like, yes, I got $7, or one would only get $1 or whatever. But they would be, sliding down straw and jumping in the pile, and they lived their best, very itchy straw life, but it was a good one.
So if the little listeners are looking to have their kids not be on screens for a little bit during the day, here's a real life way to interact with others and history.
They can do gunny sack races and
Really?
3-legged race and pie eating contest. And they liked all of it, except my kids would not be caught dead doing a pie eating contest, but anything else was game. They were good for.
Perfect. Okay, timing. What's the time of it, and let's talk about the place as well. So the address is 2nd Avenue Southwest, south of town, but I think a lot of people know it. This is the building with all the flags out by when you're heading west of Watford. Okay, so what time does it start and what time does it end that Saturday? And
it's from 11 to 4.
Okay.
And right at 11, we'll have our open ceremony. And then we have a band coming. So they'll be playing while everybody's eating lunch and just kind of walking around. And then the activities will start at 12:30. I think school starts, 12:31. I'm not 100% sure. But we've posted, we'll post the agenda all over Facebook, put flyers up around town and stuff so people can check it out. So if people aren't on our Facebook page, they can just go to it and like it.
Excellent.
More information is always updated on that.
Okay. Anything else about Heritage Day that we need to talk about?
The Blue Stems are playing.
No.
They're a fun bluegrass band.
Bluegrass.
Yeah.
Excellent. I love me some bluegrass.
There'll be some food and games and
what
costume. Wear your best old-fashioned costume because you could win something.
Nice.
You
What
could beat Daniel out for winners.
What does it cost to attend Heritage Day?
Free, just
free.
donation.
Okay. If people want,
It's
they can
always
donate.
free to come.
Yeah, and in the building as well.
Yep, in the building it's free. It's just all donations.
Okay,
So,
that's good to know.
yeah.
So if people are looking for a quick stop, they can come in. They don't feel like they have to really get their money's worth out of it one time. They can come for a little visit one time, and then maybe they've got company in town. Want to have a longer visit? They can come back.
Yeah, that's a very common scenario. People come in and the next weekend they bring
More family.
and
Okay,
check out the outside and inside one week, and there is a lot to see. So
excellent.
But the outside is seasonal. It's from Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Okay,
That's open, but the big building inside is open year round.
and what are your hours?
Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5.
Excellent.
Yes.
Very good. I think we're covered up pretty well here. But I have one closing question for both of you. So if you could step back into any activity that's represented at the Heritage Park, what would you choose and why?
I'm always itching to go back to the simple life. So I'd want to go back to the whole thing. I don't know. Just the whole simple era. Only one choice of salad dressing. You got to make it yourself. You don't have to pick between 50 at the store. It's just like so simple. I'll haul water and do my laundry just to not have all that decision fatigue in my life. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Just the whole era. Yeah.
Heather, anything?
Mine would probably be the blacksmith shop still, or the sawmill. I just am so intrigued. The first year that I even went to the Heritage Day and saw them doing it, I just was fascinated at the fact that all the different things that they could make. So that those two are my two main ones that I love to go and watch. Whenever they do demonstrations on it, I'm the first one there. So
Yeah, it's fun to see, like, because I mean, in a car these days, everything's kind of in under the hood, and you can't really understand what's happening because it's so much computerized or whatever. But here you see all the pulleys going, and you can see, okay, this is what's driving this thing. That's why this is going around. And then boom, that's what the end product is. It is a little bit
for someone to even create it or even to think of something like that. I'm like, I wonder what they were thinking or how they even knew to do half the stuff. So I really enjoy watching all that go.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys very much for taking your time to be with us today. Thank you for the work that you do year round at the Heritage Park. To me, is like people, I mean, places like this is kind of like a family photo album, I think. It kind of has helped us keep our train depot, okay, we no longer have train service in McKenzie County as of 40 years ago, but we still have the building at the Heritage Park now to help us remember that. And I think it's just a good way for us to remember, how things have changed. And then, but there might be some things that stay the same. I mean, just like looking back at the housing, the way the housing has changed over the years from the sod house to a more established farmhouse to what we have here today. But then the spirit that brings people to McKenzie County is people are looking for their next opportunity. And so I feel like that spirit kind of remains regardless of all these physical objects that we're now working with. So
yeah. For sure.
Thank you guys. I know that you guys weren't super excited about coming in here, but you guys did excellent. Public speaking isn't never most people's favorites. But before we close down today, I just wanted to make this note to our listeners that this is my last week with McKenzie County with McKenzie County Economic Development. I'm going to be transitioning over to a job with the McKenzie County Soil Conservation District. So I'll still be in the county, doing a lot of county type things. I've been with economic development for over 8 years and really enjoyed all the things that we've worked on. We've worked on the Bakken Area Skills Center. I mean, those discussions started before I started 8 years ago. And we were able to go to the legislature, and nothing happened in 2019 when we were trying for it. But then in 2021, they did get funding passed to get our Bakken Area Skills Center in place. And because we had been doing the prep work for it, we were ready to apply for that. We've had a lot of housing programs for the past 7-8 years. We've had numerous visitors. We've had people just very interested in what's happening in McKenzie County, both like the current mood as well as the past and ideas for the future, just because we've been so impacted by petroleum development. And it's fun to help tell their story, maybe correct some misperceptions that people might have. Visitors coming in, you guys see the visitors as well. People are interested in what it's like living here now. What was it 100 years ago? What was it, 300 years ago? The MHA Nations, is our neighbor and part of our county as well. They have a great interpretive center, close by, things like that. So I'm not moving very far. I'm just moving a few blocks over to the Soil Conservation District. I'm going to be working on a soil conservationist, but focusing more on the small scale producers. And I'm going to help them with what they're doing with tree plantings and grass plantings, keep their work going, but then also hope to add some more programming and things like that as sees fit. So I'll be transitioning. I'll be starting that in October, but just wanted to give that announcement to our listeners. And so as we close out today, I just wanted to remind people, okay, Heritage Day this year, September 20th, 2025. And if you're listening to this in 2026, it'll be the third Saturday in September 2026. So it's easy to remember. Stop by the Heritage Park. It's that building as you're heading west out of Watford with the big flags in front of it. And bring your kids, bring your family, come by yourself, whatever it takes, and experience a little bit about McKenzie County's history at McKenzie County Heritage Park. Thank you for listening, and we will see you later.